Hi, it's Lynn from A Bypass to a Leaner Lynn. This is my week 10 update. I cannot believe it has been 10 weeks since my surgery. You wait so long for it and you work so hard for it and then it's done and then time flies. But at any rate, I'll start with my stats. I got to get to my stats first. Um, I had my I had a gastric bypass on October 17th, 2017 at Merit Health River Oaks Hospital in Flowood, Mississippi. And my surgeon was Dr. David Carroll. My highest weight shortly before I started at the bariatric center was 331 pounds. And when I got to the bariatric center, I was 325 pounds. My surgery weight was 279. Last week, I came at you at 248.4. And this week, I am 243.2 for a loss of 5.2 pounds this week. 35.8 pounds from surgery and 87.8 pounds from my highest weight. And believe me, it was my birthday yesterday when I weighed, and that was the best birthday present I could have ever gotten. Yeah, I'm just in awe of how well this is going. I mean, it's not great guns of fire every week, but I think I'm losing pretty well, or at least, I think I have, and I just, I just don't know what to expect because it's all so exciting. Um, Let me go. I'm going to get my notes for what I wanted to talk to you about, or for my update. First thing I wanted to share was a couple of recipes that I thought everybody could use. Um, I don't do exact recipes. I'm just not geared that way, I guess. Um, I do it exact enough so I can figure out the calories and everything, you know. But basically, I used I just call it my bean salad, and I used about a can to 2 cans. I mean, it doesn't matter, I just used three different kinds of beans. And by the time it was said and done, I had about 5 cans of beans. And I had red beans or kidney beans, I had black beans, and I had northern beans. And so I think it was about 2 cans of kidney beans. And I took this for a family event. But it was, I took it because it was something that I could eat. And we kind of did like a brunch, so I figured a bean salad would be good for it. Um, but at any rate, so then the dressing, which was very simple, it was just about the regular size hummus that you can get at Walmart. Just regular hummus, or the garlic hummus is good too. And then a half a can of salsa. I don't think it was even a half a jar. It was just a small jar, about a half a jar of salsa. I use mild salsa because I don't really like really spicy food. So, but I mixed that together. I added some cumin, a lot of cumin. I love cumin, and some chili powder to your taste, some smoked paprika, garlic powder, and some onion powder, and some oregano. And I mixed that in with the whole thing. I put The recipe that I originally found asked for corn and peas. I think I would just prefer it with the corn. I didn't have any corn at the time, so mine didn't have any corn in it, but I think I would have really liked it. Would have given it a nice sweet flavor. Um, some diced red onion I you could put in and it would taste really good. I have some family members that don't like fresh onions, so I didn't put any in. I did have some green peas and they were okay and I liked it. I put some cucumber in. I diced up a cucumber pretty small and scooped out the seeds and put that in. And some tomatoes, and it was really, really good. And I put spinach in it, some fresh spinach, and it was so good. And it's an easy, you could cut it down a lot, like just one can of each, and maybe only a quarter of a thing of salsa and a quarter thing, I mean, just put your recipe in something like Fitness Pal and it'll give you a calorie count. Just measure it when you do it. And that's really, really good. And then I also make a high protein oatmeal breakfast. And I put in a half a cup of rolled oats, not quick oats, rolled oats. And they're actually overnight oats. I forgot to explain that. But about a half a cup of rolled oats. I put in a scoop of, I use Centrex Nectar, but I put in a scoop of the vanilla tort, and any kind of vanilla or any flavor that you want's great. And I put that in. I diced up and I peeled the apple because they say you're supposed to avoid the peeling for a while. So I peeled an apple and I diced it up into small pieces. Put that in, some cinnamon, some sugar-free maple syrup, about a quarter to a third cup, depends on how sweet you like it. I mean, it doesn't have very many calories, so it really doesn't make a difference. And then I put in Dannon's Light and Fit vanilla yogurt. And believe it or not, that has less sugar in it than plain yogurt. So that's why I use the vanilla yogurt because it just has less sugar. Or you can use a different flavor and you could put strawberries in it instead and use like the strawberry cheesecake or the strawberry. They all have 80 calories. Mix that all up together, put it in the fridge overnight, and it makes 4 servings for me. I have some little mason jars that are 4 ounces, and it makes 4 4-ounce servings. You could have more than that if you can eat more, but it has a good bit of protein and it has a good bit of fiber. And I may have put a fiber supplement in it too, which you can or cannot do. I seem to need it, so I put it in. But those are some easy recipes that you can fix in the morning or fix for the morning, and it makes 4 meals, and it is real. Oh, I forgot. Put some cinnamon in it too. Love that cinnamon. So those are just a couple of recipes that I thought I would share. They're easy peasy and they're pretty much, do it the way you like it. If you don't like cucumbers, don't put cucumbers in the bean salad. If you don't like apples, don't put apples. If you want to use a different fruit. I've done banana in the past. I'm kind of leery because bananas are so high in sugar, and I've already dumped once and don't want to do it again. Uh, Definitely, you do not want to dump. And I dumped over a half a cup of strawberries, so there you have it. Um, NSVs, I tried, I bought two pairs of new jeans 3 weeks ago, and they were a tad tight. They are now too big in 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't buy clothes every 3 weeks, but you know what? It's a good feeling when your pants sag because you know you're losing. Um, Also, I tried on some clothes today at Walmart while I was waiting on a prescription that still is not filled. I finally gave up and came home. I had some confusion over the steroids that my doctor prescribed because my asthma's getting involved with some of this too. And particularly at night, I had an asthma attack last night. So, bleh. Um, so, but at any rate, I tried some clothes on, and when I started, I was a 4 to 5X, just depending on who made the size. Um, uh, I tried on so, or a 26, 28, and it probably was the 28 part that worked. Um, I tried on a new set of jeans today, and they were 22s, and they fit. They were a tad snug, but I could wear them without too much, without it being, everybody's saying, what did she do to paint those jeans on, They weren't that bad, so I'm trying to buy things a little on the tight side so that I can wear them long enough to get some use out of them. I tried on another pair of pay. I've tried on some just my size jeans, and their size a little bit smaller than White Stag. And the just my size jeans were 3X. They were a tad loose in the waist, but they were a tad too tight in the booty if I went down to a 2X. So I probably won't get those because I just don't really want to. I just don't like clothes to look too tight. Um, I also tried on another pair of pants that I have 4X's in my closet for, and they just about fall off of me. They've got drawstrings on them, and that's the only thing that keeps them up. And I don't wear them because it's just so uncomfortable to wear something that big. But my 3X's that I've got in some white stag pants are just too big. I mean, they look like clown pants on me. So I tried the 2X's on and they fit perfectly. So I'm just really proud of those. It's nice to see the sizes coming down. They're still plus sizes, but I'm beginning to get close to closer to those normal sizes where I can go in the normal section and shop like a normal person. Oh, that will be so delightful because clothes are really a lot cuter. And, I'm trying to buy my clothes as cheap as I can right now. For a long time, I didn't buy clothes. I said, I am not buying another stitch of clothing until I lose weight. So I've kind of kept to that, but sometimes you just have to have some clothes because you don't have anything that doesn't look like it's been worn out completely. So, because obviously I didn't lose weight, so there you have it. Um, Giving myself an ultimatum did not work at all. I'm sorry, my voice is getting real raspy too. Um, I did well over Christmas. We had our family get together at my brother and sister-in-laws here in Magee where I live, and and I ate very well. I didn't really eat anything that was not, appropriate for me, for weight loss. And I went ahead and I made some egg quiches, mini quiches, crustless, and those turned out really well. And I could eat that. I made the bean salad, and I don't, I don't think I ate much else than that. I at my brother and sister-in-law's, and then I went and spent Christmas with my sister in Brandon, Mississippi, and her family, because I'm single. And so, and my daughter came over for that too. So it was nice seeing my daughter and my grandchildren. Um, so there I ate she made ham and turkey. That's her traditional Christmas dinner. She also makes corn casserole and green bean casserole and hash brown casseroles. And I didn't eat the corn casserole because the sugar content on that was extremely high, so I didn't figure that would work well. Didn't eat the hash brown casserole at all. I ate some turkey and some ham in the green bean casserole, and did really well with that. Didn't overeat. Um, but I did have for breakfast. She didn't have a whole lot that I could eat. But she made some the beanie weenies that you wrap in crescent roll. And so she saved some beanie weenies out, and I ate some beanie weenies for breakfast. And we have a bread that my mother made, and I've had it every Christmas of my life that I can remember. And it was actually my grandmother's recipe that my mother learned from my paternal grandmother, and it's a recipe that was made in Finland. So, it's a family recipe and it's a family tradition, and it is so good. Um, but it's a bread, and I try to stay away from breads and simple carbs, but I had to have a little piece. And I had just like a third of a slice with some butter on it. And that's all I had. And I figured, you know, that can't hurt things too much. And so I feel like I did really well with Christmas eating. I didn't eat any candy or anything like that. Of course, having dumped once, I'm afraid of dumping again. I am pretty good around sweets because I know what they can do to me. Um, I did have an appointment with my family physician yesterday and did need to talk about some issues, some things um, with him. I asked him, my surgeon wanted me to take for blood pressure, stay on until, I lost enough weight that my blood pressure would stay down on its own, was amlodipine, or it's called it's Norvasc. Um, and it doesn't have a diuretic in it, and that's what he wanted me to take, because fluids are so difficult, particularly when you're just out of surgery. So he wanted me to take the amlodipine. My family doctor felt that the lisinopril is more effective for me. And so when I went to my 6-week post-op appointment, I asked them about it, and they said, you're far enough out now that if he wants you to take the lisinopril, you can. So I asked yesterday, and so I will be on lisinopril, which has got just a real small diuretic in it. Um, I also take Zoloft for depression, and I have been having a little bit more, but what he did recommend was that I probably need to pursue some counseling to help, with the depression, and with the eating and things like that. And so I'm on the same dose. He didn't raise my dose of Zoloft, which I was thankful for. I didn't really want him to, but I just wanted to make sure that, that was taken care of. Asked him about my varicose veins, and he said, right now they're fine. Don't worry about them. He said, just keep an eye on them, and if they get really big, then you may have to do something about them. I also asked him when I had to go through the stress test and then eventually had to have a heart cath. The cardiologist did say that I had some mild to moderate blockages, two mild to moderate blockages in my heart. And, I didn't think to ask him then, well, what will happen to them after the surgery? Will they go away with a good diet? And my family doctor said it would be extremely rare for them to go away. So he said it's probably just something that needs to be kept an eye on. And he said, but, with a better diet, they shouldn't get any worse. Um, and I guess he told me to try, we have a county-wide counseling, and he said, counseling can be pretty generic, and felt that I would be okay with that. He said, try it. If it isn't effective and it doesn't work for you, then you might need to go to somebody that is, more, you know, I might need more help elsewhere. Um, so that was pretty much my doctor's appointment yesterday. This week has gone well. I am pleased with my surgery, and I'm sorry I didn't intend for this to be this long. I just can't seem to shut up some days. You would think feeling crappy, I would. Well, I thought I was going to get through the whole thing without doing that, but apparently not. Um, But at any rate, I love all of you. I thank you for your support. Like, so people will find me on the internet. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but that's what somebody told me. Subscribe, hit the bell so you'll get notifications. I love all of you. Just have a very blessed new year and have a safe new year. Love y'all. Bye.